Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shadows of Remnants, Season 1, Episode 9, Stone Cold Killers, Part 2. I am your, production zombie assistant? Zombie wrangler? Maybe? We don't know. Yes, hi, Rex. You shouldn't be down here.
Yes.
There's a bunch of zombies down here that are probably looking for our brains. We should probably go up to the control room quickly and lock the door.
Well, yes, but I did want to talk to Lemon for just a little bit. Hi, Lemon. And May the 4th.
Brains.
Oh boy, May the 4th be with you, and I am out of here. You see little tiny dragon feet run.
Brains. Okay, guys, line up, and nope. John.
Nope.
Brain. John, I told you to stand there on your marker, and not over there next to the pile of brains. John, get back here.
Brains.
Gary. Gary. Come on.
Alright.
Wrong zombie. Technically not a zombie.
Yeah.
Not a zombie.
Alright. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shadows of Remnants. I'm going to tell our lovely band that they can go buzz off. And take 5.
They can take 5.
Alright. How's everyone doing? Oh, also the band, please. There we go.
You know,
right.
as far as undead creatures go, skeletons are certainly the thing.
Yeah. All they are just skin and bones. Mostly bones.
Yes.
Well,
All
no,
right.
they're just bones.
Yeah.
One over here keeps asking for brains, but they won't say Brian's. What?
I don't know.
I have no idea either. Alright,
neither.
how's everyone doing this fine rainy Saturday? Looks out the window. It's apt. Yep. Apocalypse. What can I say? Let me just quickly switch to this mode and we'll be ready. There we go. Also, you may have noticed I kind of fixed my camera. As for the reason why I'm black and white, we'll just chalk it up to theming.
Okay.
This dame walked into my office, see, and she was looking like a lot of danger. Fucking film noir looking prick.
Are you really gonna do that?
I mean, it was there.
Okay, it was there.
That 20 show wants their color back. Alright. Hi, I'm PA Kitty Yose, aka RT Studios. I play Douglas White. Very black and white. And that's gonna be a running joke for the game, I believe. I'm gonna pass it down to our spooky friend down below.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Go for it, dude.
Hi. I'm evil and I play Ash and
I'm evil and I approve of this message. No, sorry.
Hi,
Yeah.
how evil are you?
Very.
not really.
Sorry, I am so sorry.
On a scale of 1 to Demon Lord, I think he is Hello Kitty.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, cool. Thank you. At any rate,
Yeah, our cowboy samurai isn't here today, so I'll pass it up to our
Oh, the resident psychopath. Got it.
yeah.
resident psychopath. Well, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Who's now
Hi.
wielding 2 guns.
Hi, I am Katie Wynn, and I play the pretty much dead inside Virginia. Yeah. Just waiting for that last little thing to just break.
Do you
Anyway,
really want?
Zombie Master.
Do you really want that last little thing to break?
No, considering if that goes away, no one's safe.
Yeah. No one is safe.
Not even the zombie. Not even the zombie extras.
That's true. Hello, I am your wonderful zombie master. We almost we have our Virginia back, but we don't have our cowboy. One of these sessions, we're going to have them both. Both of them in the same room.
With a horde of zombies.
Huh? What? Who? When? Where? Why? How? Ah!
Tommy Wibbly Wibbly Wobbly went wrong show.
Wrong show! And that's a completely different dynamic.
Yes.
Just saying.
All right.
I know. I know.
And how do you want to do this, Zombie Master? Do you want to do previously on, or do you want to just jump into the intro?
Well, previously on Shadows of Remnants, the group found out that Virginia did not come back the night before. She had been out out the previous day, and when the zombie horde came to surround their place of where they're living right now, she never made it back. This, understandably, worried her daughter, Izzy. So, Izzy, Ben, the professor, and Chad are all going in the bus to go look for Virginia. Meanwhile, Douglas, Raiden, and Ash decided to go to other places. Douglas and we'll get to that. Okay. Douglas and Ash, you guys went. I know you guys ended up at the library, but we went somewhere first. If
We
I
went to the
correctly.
I think we went to the weight room,
No.
and then we went to the.
Right.
Someone went to the football field, but we'll talk about that later.
No, that was Raiden. Raiden went to the football field to learn farming and mechanics. Farming he learned from a cinnamon roll named Ro. He learned all that stuff, and then when he went for mechanics, he met a new person. This particular individual, as I am going to go to this new person. It was Nikki O'Toole. Not a cheerleader. She just came into the cheerleaders area and went, "Hey, I want to offer my services. If I find another place that I want to be, do I have your permission to leave?" She took a liking to Mr. Raiden. She has flaming red hair and kind of Rosie the Riveter kind of a person. So
Okie
it's the way I described her, and that's the way what we're going with. Then Douglas and Ash both moved over to the library where they encountered some zombies. They were looking for zombies, so then they can
wrangle one.
Yeah, wrangle one. And during this, Raiden and Nikki came along and Nikki protected the two, the other two, and Raiden did what Raiden does, which is myrtleize all the zombies.
Except one.
Except one, which
We now have on a leash.
Douglas has now put on a leash. This particular zombie is very, very weak, and that is those. And we left with those four, because I'm including Nikki in that. Those four wandering back, because you guys wandered pretty far out, wandering back to the encampment. Now, we're going to back up a day to Virginia, who went out all by herself to look for supplies, I do believe. Let me ask you this. What sort of supplies were you looking for?
I mean, mostly she was medicine, mostly.
Okay.
She's been busting into vet offices, doctor's offices, dentist offices, pharmacies.
Okay. All right. With that in mind, when we come back from the opening crawl, we're going to start with Virginia.
And now, the conclusion.
Afraid to turn out the lights? Is there something you're scared of? What's there out in the dark? Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender? You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Wanting something good to come, waiting for things to run away from. Are you just hiding? Yeah, walking into the fire, talking like you never die, like you're immortal. You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here.
And we're back.
Okay. Oof. Right. So, we're going to get into what Virginia is doing. Virginia, you are going into like hospitals and into such, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to roll me. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doo. I'm going to pull up a character. Let me just. I'll pull up Chad since I'm the one running him. I want you to roll me a perception.
Okay. That was not good.
Well, it's above a 9, which is a success, so you don't necessarily have to worry about that. Yeah, most of the places that you go that are medically uh, minded, like as you said, hospitals, veterinarian places. I'm assuming drugstores is somewhere else that you would be looking.
Yes. Yes.
Um, most of them have been. Some of them have been thoroughly picked through, so there's not much there. But once you get to, like, say, uh, a veterinarian's uh, place, a veterinarian's hospital, that's a little bit more stocked, as it were. That one hasn't been picked through. So you decide what you want to pick up.
Antibiotics.
Yeah, just make sure you write this stuff down on your character sheet. So then when we bring it back, or write it down somewhere you're going to remember where it is, if that makes sense.
Okey-dokey.
um, and as you're doing this, as you're picking up this stuff from this particular veterinarian's hospital, your mind goes back to the night where you heard your name called.
Yeah.
So how is that? What are you feeling? I mean, as you're doing this, what are you feeling? What do you want to do?
She is going to. Uh, well, I mean, she isn't leaving the city, but
Mm-hmm.
she is going to start. She's also grabbing bandages. I'll put that
Oh
on
yeah,
the list. Um,
yeah, yeah.
uh, basically, after that, she's going to weigh her options on going back or whether or not she satisfies her own curiosity. The psychopath in her chooses one way, and she basically starts hunting down quote unquote nests
Okay.
to see if she can
See
hunt
if you can find the
down.
right nest.
Yep.
All right, that's fair. Um. Okay. I'm going to say that taking the time to go find like hospitals and drugstores and stuff like that. It's going to take you about half a day. And
Oh,
you going out and looking for nests of zombies. It's going to roughly take you the rest of the day. As a matter of fact,
and into the next day.
as you're killing, maybe your fourth nest of zombies. I mean, you're getting very proficient, hunting them. making sure they're like in a group, the whole 9 yards. This is your fourth group, and you notice that the sun is going down. So you're going to have to hide somewhere where the horde is not going to find you. You haven't made it back to where everybody else is, but you're pretty far out there, so you know you're not going to have enough time to make it back.
That's fair. Far is she from the park?
Well, there's several parks. It depends on which direction you want to go, and
Let's see. It's Chicago. Can't remember the name of the park. Let's just say she picks a random park with tall trees.
a random park with tall trees. Okay.
She's going to sleep in a tree. At the top of a tree.
At the top of a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna rush to one of the parks, find the tallest one she can, and climb it.
Okay.
And pray it's high enough.
And pray it's high enough. Right. All right. Let's see here. Brook. That way. Yeah. No, obviously not that way. Anyway, I actually went to the Chicago has a dark park district for some weird reason.
I just couldn't remember the name of it.
That's fair. Okay. Let's see here. You end up going to a park, and yeah, this place is filled with trees. Trees and walkways and a pond in the middle, although the pond looks like it's seen better days. If that makes sense. And yeah.
Sorry, one more thing. Are
Yes.
there any bodies in this park? Like half-eaten?
Oh, yes.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna start covering herself in the viscera before she climbs.
Okay, that's fair. You find a tree that might look like it could take your weight. It's dubious, but do you have climbing as one of your skills?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just her going on. This is possible. They can't climb, so.
Sure. But it might be possible that you won't be able to climb either. So what I want you to do is roll me a dexterity. Throw. Yeah. Okay. So you climb up the tree. You manage to get to somewhere where you're fairly sure that the zombies are not going to be able to either knock down the tree or, nip at your heels, as it were. So you're high enough in the tree. And as you're climbing up into the tree, you see the sun just going down below the horizon. And you hear the horde coming from all directions. They're coming all over this park. You can see some of them stopping along the way and munching some more on the half-eaten bodies that are in the park. You can see them shambling on to other areas. So
Fair.
are you going to sleep or are you staying awake?
She is going to when she gets to her branch,
Uh-huh.
she is going to take her belt off, swing it around the base of the tree,
Uh-huh.
lean up against the base of the tree, and tie herself to the tree, and then go to sleep.
Okay. That's fair. So you do that and you have gone to sleep, but your dreams are just fraught with
I'm gonna
nightmares.
die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Fraught
Yeah.
with nightmares because you're not in a safe place. Even though you're up in a tree, you're not in a safe place.
That's
One of those bigger zombies that you've noticed wandering around like during the day could take down this tree in a matter of seconds. And you're just hoping against hope that one of them is not in this area in this park.
that, and if her camouflage holds.
That too. That too. So you go through the night, you get sleep. It's not exactly restful sleep, but you do get it. The next morning, you see the sun rise. Or you're awakened when the sun rises, and you see the horde kind of shambling away. Luck must have been on your side because none of the big zombies came over to your tree and knocked it over or something. Kind of don't know what was going on. I mean, they mainly ignored the trees because while they're living, they're not exactly human. Oh yeah, I'm going to bite on a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
That was kind of the hope.
So yeah, but you see the zombies kind of ebb away. What is your plan for today?
Uh,
Are you taking out more nests, or are you going to try to make your way back to?
yeah, she'll continue her excursion, and then at some point, towards the end, she'll
Right.
probably have to sleep another night in a tree or something, but she'll start
Possibly.
returning.
Okay. So how long do you think you're going to be taking out nests?
Till close to sundown.
All right. On this day, you've gotten real proficient. You managed to take out uh like 5 fairly large nests of zombies. Um, and then you notice, or you hear and notice growls and grunts coming from what looks to be um uh, an underground part of the metro. Yes, I know this is Chicago, and there is no underground parts of the metro. I know this because I've been there. But this is also in the future, so who knows what they've done in the future. Um,
That's fair. Just another bad idea by the Chicago City Council.
yes. Another bad idea, but yes. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go. But I labeled that. I did. Did label that. Okay. So, um, you we're going down after your 7th zombie nest. And it's led you down to an abandoned subway tunnel. I've taken the great joy in finding one. So if you would like to move your Hang on. I need to do that. There we go.
Yes, that.
So if you like to put your character on this particular board, if you don't mind. All right.
The
So,
grid is off.
huh?
The grid is slightly off.
Yeah, I know. It's the way it came. I didn't. When I originally put this in, they were putting their grid on top of the grid that was already there, and I turned off the other. I turned off the other grid that was already there because that would have looked really busy and really confusing.
That's...
Yeah. So I am going to do some things. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Pay no attention to the to the kobold behind the curtain. And then where is it? Woohoo, do do do. Oh, there it is. What are you doing? Eddie, what are you doing?
Apparently, if you minimize the screen, it will minimize the layout of the where everything is.
Ah, okay.
So I'm trying to hide for our viewers so that we don't have stream sniping.
That is very true. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. She'll make her way in, rifle at her shoulder. You know, swinging left and right, making sure, you know, she isn't surprised by anything.
Very good.
I feel like she has gotten John Wick good at killing these things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she just
Okay.
makes her way.
And stop. Actually, back up just a little. Yeah, there. Roll me a perception check. Roll me that beautiful bean footage.
But no, I get. I too
can't.
have seen Bush's baked bean commercial.
It's a wonderful commercial. Okay.
That's actually +2, I think.
Because of
Acute sense sight.
okay. What you see? That.
Oh, that. Oh, goody.
Oh, goody. Yes.
She flicks it from semi-auto to 3-round and. You know what? Actually, in all fairness, she probably would have dropped the rifle, pulled the pistol, and started clack, 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 clack as she backed up.
Right, right. Which one are you going for first?
Closest one first.
All right, go for it. Wow, really?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure had I a more powerful weapon than a 45 caliber.
Yeah. Let's see.
Also, if I didn't roll a 3.
Question for the GM: do guns jam in this game mechanically?
Um.
Because I remember reading something about that, but I don't remember where.
If you critically fail, I think they do.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's right. Yeah. I'll look at it. You can keep
Yes.
running the game.
Thank you. So, okay, you attack the first one.
And then, like, step back a couple of things and ready the
Yeah.
next shot.
Let's see here. How far is it from? Okay.
Yeah, they're probably close enough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I wasn't quite sure how. Or how far I could run. Sorry.
Well, okay. What is your speed?
14.
You would have to pull that out.
My bad.
No, it's okay. It's just something I have to go and look up.
Whoops.
And it's. I mean, I should have these things down, but I don't. Let's see.
Chaos!
Chaos. Yes. Let's see here. Speed. Speed is the Constitution plus Dexterity times 2 is the speed of miles per hour, or kilometers per hour from the change to the multiplier. Change the multiplier to 3. Human range is 4 to 24 miles per hour. Half that amount is the number of yards that your character runs in a second. So you said 14?
Yeah.
So that's 14 miles per hour. Half that is
7.
7 feet that you can run in 1 second.
7 yards.
7 yards, sorry. 7 yards. Not 7 feet.
There you go. That's 7.
Okay.
She isn't stupid. She
Oh, yeah. I know. Let's see. I'm going to pull up this one. They have a speed of 2.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, me. Which means I can move 2 miles per hour, and let's see, half that is what, 1 yard? Yeah, it's 1 yard.
Yeah.
So how many yard? How many? It's 3 feet in the yard.
Yeah.
So this one's this one is going to move like there,
Excellent.
and this one's going to move like there, and this one's going to move like there, and the one in the back. Okay. 9. No, she's going to yeah, that one in the back, which is a female. Did you get a good look at her before you backed up?
Yeah.
Okay. This particular zombie is your sister.
You evil witch.
Yes, this is your sister. And she looks at you. I have that particular information because I went and created her. And she looks at you, cocks her head, and says, Virginia. Well, just one word. And that's the word.
Yeah. She'll dramatically put the pistol away and then very quickly roll the assault rifle and once again start popping.
Okay.
At least the 3 that are with her. For now.
Okay. The 3 that are with her?
You know.
Yeah, this one is she is not moving. But the other 3 were trying to catch up with you. Okay, so what is your rate of fire for your assault rifle?
I think it's only 1.
Let me peek. Because again, I can't remember. This is my boomstick.
Sure.
Of course, now I'm quoting the Evil Dead, but that's beside the point.
I get it.
Okay, you have an assault rifle.
Yep.
Is it the 556 or the 762?
The 5.56.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. The magazine capacity indicates how many bullets can be contained in a fully loaded gun.
A rifle like that is around 30.
Yeah, it says it on there. It's 20 to 30. I was trying to figure out what the
Breaking everything today, apparently.
well, no, yeah. My brain is going, yes, you have the words. It's how many shots you could shoot off with an assault rifle. So that's the thing that I'm trying to think of. Let's see here. I just love how I can zip around and do stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Illusions. Honorable. Do. Okay, right. Skills, buying skills. You have gun. Using gun. Guns, gun type. Ooey. That isn't giving me what I want. Arrgh. Nope.
Well, if you want an argument for it, she has it on 3-round bursts, so I can just make 3 attacks.
True. It's just I'm trying to see if I can find it actually in the document.
Sorry, I just didn't want to drag this out any longer.
You're fine. If you want to do it that way, you can. I'm going to continue to peek at the thing that I've got to see if I can find it.
No, that's fair. Just to move things along.
Yeah. Um,
On
let's see here. Do. Game mechanics.
Right.
Okay. Oh, there's the outcome table. That's what I was kind of looking at. Combat. Running combats. Intentions. Zombie Master asks each player what her intends to do the next turn. Initiative. That could be. Let's see. Performance. So you've done that bit. Oof. Holy cannoli. Okay, so the
One
first
to each.
one to each.
He's basically using the timing between each shot to swing the rifle to the next one.
Okay. So that one
It's a jump
on.
move.
That one. And the last one. I'm gonna move these down. You don't see them anymore. There we go. Range combat. Range combat involves any sort of missile weapon, from a thrown stone to a machine gun. You were doing a automatic fire, right? Firing multiple shots.
Yeah.
The average submachine gun has a cyclic rate
Yeah.
of over 600 rounds per minute. That's 10 shots fired in 1 second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
But you're doing bursts, so the most efficient way to fire an automatic weapon is to shoot shots bursts of 3 to 5 shots. So what you're thinking completely works.
Yep. That is what she was doing.
Yep. For example, the shooter firing a 3-shot burst who scores 2 levels of successes with 2 bullets, doing damage separately. But if she racks up 3 successes or more, all 3 rounds strike the target. Firing multiple bursts, each successive burst suffers a cumulative -3 penalty. There we go. So you did the 3. All 3 hit. So there you go. Okay. This thing kind of moves up this way. And this one, your sister, it moves quickly. She's now right up in your face.
Yeah. We'll, oh, frack.
Und?
Drop the rifle, stick the gun in her mouth?
Hang on. She gets her turn before you do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought she did like a full round move, but no, she's just speedy.
She is just speedy. She actually can outpace you.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, it is unfortunate. So first I'm going to do that. Let's see, 12. What is your... You have armor, don't you?
Yeah.
Um... What is your armor?
It's leather jacket.
Okay. As I'm not going to tell me that. That
It's
sucks.
a D4 dice. Player of
It-
2.
D4 dice for what?
Armor value.
Okay. Well, since we don't know what your armor value was before, I don't know what it is. This is not telling me which is that you can't bring here.
I don't know. My endurance points are 29.
Okay.
That actually helps.
Well, okay. So she is going to. Okay, she just rolled brawling. That is a 12. Which I'm gonna assume that's gonna hit. And now close. Well, okay. What?
Yeah, when you put in the weapon.
Okay, so it's the weapon that does the thing, not the.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
But
Well,
we'll go with the 12 damage.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
brawling.
Yeah, that's fine. So 12 damage. Yes. It is now going to be woo. Okay, so you take 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Now it's your turn. You've got your sister going. Virginia.
She's she's gonna put her hand, like push her back, and then basically pull the pistol and make sure that she can't bite anyone. She isn't pulling the trigger yet, but
Okay.
she's making sure that she can't close her mouth.
Okay. All right. That's what you're doing?
Yep, until Bobby McGee down there shows back up.
Oh, you mean this one that's moving very, very slowly towards you?
Yep. She figures she has a few rounds to make this choice.
Yeah, well, that's all that one does. And you hear this one going, because this one doesn't exactly speak. You get the distinct thing of brains, yeah. If they could speak one word, it would be brains.
Yep.
But this one doesn't, so it's... So, what do you want to do? It's now your turn.
She... Yeah. I don't know why she's struggling through this. She really shouldn't.
She should, but she's gonna.
Yeah, she is.
This was, you're looking at her with this gun in her mouth. That you could still hear her say your name.
Yep. And then she looks at the fact that her skin is melting off and her brains are partially exposed. And yeah, that's all the justification she needs.
And she's still wearing the clothes you last saw her in. they're tattered and dirty and the whole 9 yards. I mean, she's not even wearing shoes at this point.
Yeah, she just, pulls the trigger.
Okay. Roll.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, damage
you-
really doesn't, like, in this case where she is shooting,
Uh-huh.
like, damage really shouldn't matter.
I know! That's just wow. Did you? Yeah, you tanked on the damage.
I mean, let's be real. No matter how, like, I hit number one, which
Yes.
also shouldn't have even been in question.
That's true. I mean, this is point blank range.
Mhm.
Technically, you add +1 to strike tasks, and you add +1 to the damage modifier. But that's my little thing there.
Yeah, I don't think this gun will allow a second shot, but she would be pulling the trigger as fast as possible.
Yeah, considering this is a
A boss zombie? Yeah.
yeah.
Let's party.
Okay. So first things first. There.
Don't worry, Jethro, I'll get to you.
Step slide, step slide, step slide. It's that one. This one, well, she can't exactly bite you, but she can use those claws.
Yeah, her hands are free.
Yeah, her hands are free. You just prevented her from talking. You didn't prevent her from doing anything else.
That really was all she needed.
Ha ha ha! 12 points of damage. Or rather, you need to. Yeah, there we go. 8 points of damage.
Yep. She is sitting at. Let's see, that's 13 altogether, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at 27.
Okay. It's now your turn. She just scratched you.
I mean, if anybody has seen a gun cycle in slow motion,
Oh yeah.
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 As she pulls the trigger again.
Go for it.
If that makes sense. Mother.
What the heck? Damn.
Apparently, I keep missing every vital spot.
Yes,
It's
you
annoying.
do. Yes, I know. To be fair, you're also shooting this thing with a
45 at point blank.
yeah, 45 at point blank. So I mean you're attacking. Okay, so this one moves. Ah. See how far. Yeah, 15 foot. Yep. And yep, she is going to try again.
Got one more round.
She does not hit. Because that's a 7. That one, you managed to turn to the side as these claws are coming out. It's now your turn.
I rolled.
Holy merd. Yes, you did.
So the sister falls, and she
Well,
pulls
no,
the.
no, she hasn't fallen yet.
Oh dear God, she is strong.
She is strong. But she is looking. I mean, that particular shot went through her and out the back end, but she's still swinging.
Yep.
There we go. Well, let's see. 15. Let's see. Wow, I can't judge that. There.
Oh goody.
Yeah. So the other one's now finally in range. Let's
Bro,
see.
if you want to dance now.
See, they fail. That's an 8. It is now your turn. You've got 2 zombies on you right now.
And she has an order of business.
Yes, she does. Well, you were continuing to shoot.
Yeah, it's still in her mouth. She hasn't taken it out
Yep.
yet.
Okay, first things first.
Cool. Now she swings and puts it right in the guy's forehead.
Okay, I'm gonna take that one off.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is going to attack you again. Bye. They failed. Trust me, they failed.
Good night, sweet asshole.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. That. Not that. Not that. That. And then that.
She is going to cut the head off of her sister and take it with her, but she is limping back to camp now.
Okay. At about this time, you're gonna climb out of the subway. You're gonna climb out of the subway and
Apologize for that taking so long.
it's fine. And as you're climbing up out of the subway, you see in the grand scheme of things, the sun is starting to come down. It's like afternoon, and you hear. I mean, you can't miss it. You hear a engine behind you. A dig engine. What do you do?
I mean, she knows what the bus sounds like.
She does.
She has a photographic memory. She doesn't need to think. She just gets onto a car and makes sure she's visible.
Okay. You turn around, you see, yes, indeed, you see the battle bus coming right towards you. And you see Chad driving the bus, and sitting right behind him is your daughter, looking very worried about you.
Yeah, considering she's covered in scratches and carrying a severed head, I can imagine.
And you're also covered in blood, too.
That's fair.
Yep.
Not sure if it's hers or a zombie. Probably a lot
Exactly.
of zombie.
That is true. The bus slows down. The doors open. You see Chad. Where have you been, Virginia? We have been looking for you everywhere.
Well, I went out to get medicine, she says, and she just very, like, callously, like, she doesn't, no, actually, she doesn't toss it because there's glass bottles in it, like insulin and stuff.
Yeah.
She'll, set it on the chair, the first chair.
Mm.
Well, I went and got some medicine.
But,
Then I had a...
But you shouldn't have looked like that just going out and getting medicine. And then you hear your daughter pipe up. Mom, did you... Why are you covered in cuts and bloods? Bloods? Covered in cuts, blood, and gore. I meant to say.
You should probably ask your aunt, she says, and she holds up the head.
You found her. What happened to her? And
The same thing that happens to everyone that gets out there that doesn't know how to defend themselves.
her eyes go scared. Like frightened. She is really, really frightened.
Yeah, she does notice this, and she'll put the head down.
Alright.
And say, for the record, she could actually speak. It's sort of. It said my name multiple times. It was.
It said your name?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Chad? Yeah? Why don't we go home?
That would be nice.
Okay.
And she's going to find a chair and actually collapse in it. Not like she's injured or anything, but odds are she's probably exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's gonna go back to one of the chairs and collapse.
Yeah, and you do see like the professor in there and Ben. Ben kind of looks at your daughter, and because Ben was not sitting that far away from the bus seat that you decided to just collapse down into, and he kind of locks eyes with your daughter, and they switched places, so he's now sitting like right behind Chad, as she comes back towards you, and just kind of looks at you, and are you going to sleep, or are you just laying there?
She's just kind of like laying there, kind of 1,000-yard stare.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So they're going back to the thing. Now let's switch back over to Ash and Douglas.
I say 1,000-yard stare. It's just more like,
Alright,
she's trying to keep her eyes open.
that's fair. Doug is kind of pulling on the leash as we're getting very close to the base, and he says, "Ash, can you open the fence while I come on, you."
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, stop. No, my legs are not chew
You've got the
toys.
leash long enough for.
Yeah,
You've got the leash long enough, and you've got enough.
distance.
Well, no, I was going to say pull.
Yeah,
That you're not. The zombie is not getting any closer to you.
yeah.
But at the same time, the zombie is also not. You're not dragging the zombie.
Yeah.
I guess
Fair.
that's the right
Yeah.
word for that.
Yeah.
Um,
Quick tug gets it going. Come along now. Ash, how's the fence coming? Have you
Yeah,
the padlocks open that way, not the other way? Unless Chad changed the locks recently. Hush you.
might have. Right. There we
Also,
go.
when we get in, we're gonna have to figure out a place to put this thing. Points to the zombie. It can't stay in my room, and I don't think Chad wants it in his room. I have. All right, so I have an idea. Why don't we make a makeshift cage? I do know a little bit of metallurgy, not much, but enough to make some chemicals to basically weld some rebar together and make a makeshift pen for this thing. We can put it next to the bus. There's a space there. The workshop, so maybe open the garage and yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they get back soon. It's getting sundown and
Yeah, and you guys have noticed it that as you guys were wandering back because you had to go at a slower pace because the zombie back here does not move all that quickly. It is you guys coming out here based on your various speeds.
probably took us the whole day.
Yeah, it took you the rest of the day to get back because the zombie back there was slowing you down.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know what we're gonna name this thing.
whatever. At this point, Dickie kind of looks at you all and goes, so this is where you've been staying. You know, I passed this on the way in, and I did take a peek in to see, because me, mechanic.
I mean,
I thought this was a good place to set up, but there was nobody in here when I came by, and I don't like to do stuff by myself.
that's fair, Nikki. We actually have been holding out in this nice place that Chad's been providing us, and he's done a good job. Gestures to the fence and everything.
Well, I can see that. Well, I'll have to meet this this individual. I'm sure he wouldn't mind having another mechanic around to help him out with like the bus or any other.
Oh, you're gonna love the bus. It's actually kind of impressive. It's wood fired engine. I have no idea truly how it works. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm more of a chemical engineer. So traditional engines and engine fluid and everything is more my style. But if he gets it working, he got it working. So kudos to him. Hey, Ash, can you help Nikki with the opening the garage door here? I know it's a little heavy, and I have to hold on to this thing before it runs off. No, he walks over to the bush to like the crops that are growing. Those are not edible for you. Tug.
So
Yeah, I guess we open the.
you opened the gate without too much trouble. I mean, it's
Yep.
it's a
Yeah.
it's a padlock.
Yeah, it's a padlock gate.
Yeah.
We go in.
Yep. And so it's you and Ash and Raiden and Nikki.
Yep. So, Raiden, I need you to go and get some of the metal sheet plating that we have lying next to where the bus is usually parked. Nikki, grab the 2x4 quarter-inch bars from the back room, and Ash, there's a welding torch. I think what Chad left it sitting next to the bus or on the workbench. You'll want to check there, and then bring me 2 barrels of hydrotristanine canisters from the back, and oh yeah, and the blowtorch sitting next to the workbench. If you have anything like a welding helmet, that would help too. I'm gonna try and get this thing secured before we do anything else. Okay, yeah, you can chew on the sandbags over there, but that's pretty much it.
Like a cat who's just found their favorite chew toy.
Yep.
Oh boy. About that time, as you're getting everything set up so you can make a cage for this thing that you've brought back, who, by the way, is still very, very hurt because of what you did to it last time. I mean, I think you brought it down to like 2 hit points.
That's the intent. We don't want it to get any stronger.
Very true. About that time...
Yep.
You hear the bus coming back.
Okay, guys. Chad's gonna be rolling in with the bus. Let's make some room so that he can park the thing in here. We're also gonna have to let him know that we're gonna have a little bit of a space here occupied for our dear friend.
And you see the bus come in. It park. The first person to get out is Chad, of course. Ah, I see that you guys are back. Did it go well with your mission? Did you find things?
We found a friend. You almost ran him over. We need him for study. Say hello to Bob. I guess we'll call you.
And
well, I should ask: is it a male or a female zombie? I didn't.
It's a female. You could call the zombie Bob. You don't have a problem with that.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
The professor gets off next and goes, "Well, I see that you. Oh, you did bring back one alive. Ooh, the scientific advancements we could do."
Yes. That was the whole point of bringing Bob here. Bob, okay, stop.
Bob, now noticing that there are more people, Bob reacts appropriately.
You guys might want to step back. Bob's a little skittish when it comes to visitors.
You really are treating this zombie like a pet. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Like a cat. Not too bright cat, yes.
With rabies.
Yeah. Yes. About this time, Izzy steps off the bus, followed by a very, very blurry-eyed Virginia. Virginia, you have gotten off the bus. You see everybody, kind of gathered around, and you see another zombie tied up, but zombie is alive, going
Oh, hi, Virginia. Up. Come on. Up. No, they're not a chew toy. Chew on your sandbag. Tosses another hacky sack towards the zombie. There you go.
So
yeah.
I will state that Izzy has seen her mom in this mood when she's had to go on a particularly bad quote unquote bender of death and destruction.
Yep.
But she basically walks over where that zombie is being tied up or whatever.
Yep.
plants her sister's head on the table in front of it and walks away as if to warn it.
Wow, what a statement! Okay. So you just gotta walk up, thunk, and then walk off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug looks at the head. Okay, I wasn't expecting that to also come in, but that
It's as Izzy as she's watching her mother walk off. Yeah, Mom decided to go kind of
feral ham.
on
Hunting.
hunting. Thank you. And apparently she went and found my aunt. That is my aunt's head.
Doug just
Oh.
his expression softens, and he says, "I'm so sorry for your loss."
Which time? Just now, or when she died the first time?
Both.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Doug
appreciate.
doesn't say anything. He just trying to rein in the zombie that he's trying to wrangle. He's a little distracted right now.
I think I'm going to keep an eye on Mom because when she gets like this, she's.
You go do that. I think there's some band-aids and extra supplies in the back. Nikki, can you just grab the rebar from her and help me over here?
Izzy would also have the bag of medical stuff that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Izzy goes. Well, I'm going to put up most of this up where we need to be put up. 'Cause it looks like Mom was also successful in the other part, which was finding medicines for us and bandages and stuff. So I'm going to put up most of this, but I'm also going to. Mom looks like hell.
Go tend
So
to your
I'm gonna
mom, Doug says. We got it from here. Oh,
All right.
come on. Come on.
All right. And you see Izzy with the bag walk back, and she's putting stuff up, like the medicines and stuff. And then she comes. Where have you dropped yourself, Virginia?
I think she's made it to her mat.
Okay.
Or her and her daughter's mat.
Okay.
She's passed out.
You come in. You kind of set down your unceremoniously. You plop down your stuff. I'm imagining.
Yeah. I mean, except for the guns, because they.
Oh yeah, that's very true. And yeah, so you start to you drop your stuff off. You gotta keep your guns on you because that's what you do. You're barely cognizant of your daughter coming into the room like after you, and she's washing the wounds that you have and putting like bandages and band-aids and
Yeah. Because she probably had more than what her sister inflicted on her.
Yeah.
Bruises, cuts, and things from sleeping in the tree, the other nests.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, you're barely cognizant of what your daughter is doing, and you just kind of fall asleep, drift to sleep. Meanwhile, back outside.
All right. It's a flurry of activity.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine it's a flurry of activity.
Doug and Chad are currently welding together the base plate of the thing, and Doug has grabbed some of the quarter-inch steel rebar
Okay.
and has started welding them to like the iron bars of this thing, and reinforced them with crossbeam bars, so that if
Right.
the zombie tries to pry open the cage, it won't be able to. And he says, "Alright, this section's done. Chad, how was your trip? You were out pretty late. I'm glad you were able to find Virginia and she's okay, but I worry about her mental state after." Looks up at the workbench where the head still sits. Looks back down to his work.
Well, I mean, we looked all over for her. We looked high, we looked low, we looked. I mean, Izzy gave us quite a few good ideas of where to find her.
True.
It's just.
You said you found her in the subway? I didn't even know Chicago had a subway.
It was one of the city's worst ideas.
Last editions.
Yeah, last edition's worst ideas.
Nah, that's fair. He
They
sparks
wanted to
flies
clean.
welds.
They wanted to clean up the stuff that was downtown. It's kind of overbearing when you see a train going past your place where you sleep. And so they wanted to clean that up. And they thought, well, let's, instead of having it above ground, let's have it below.
Fair point. I've been to New York City. And I thought the sewer
Boston's
rats
the
there.
same.
I thought the sewer rats there were bad, but regardless,
Boston's the same.
Yeah.
What, dear?
Boston.
I said Boston's the same way because I have to use the subway to get to.
Oh,
Get to
yeah.
school.
I have never been to New York, but I've been to Chicago. But I've never actually written the metro in Chicago. That's the reason why I know.
Oh.
All I've seen is the movies.
I have been on the L. Most of my dad's family lives in the Chicago area,
Ah,
so
Yeah.
I have been on the L once or twice.
That's fair.
okay. That
Alright.
is fair.
Right.
rate.
So, I'm gonna fashion a door so that we can keep this thing in and only let it out when it needs to.
Well,
I don't know. Do these things? Well, I know it's human, but well, was human. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot to make dinner. Well, let's deal with this thing first, and dinner will be a little bit later this evening. Right. Can you pass me the blowtorch, please, Chad? Oh, Nikki.
Sure.
That 2x4 is a little bit misaligned. It needs to be another 3 inches to the left. There you go.
Okay.
And it's just busy work.
As you're constructing this, I think I'm gonna have you roll a thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
So
think
that'd be fabricating.
that would be. Well, that would eat. What?
I don't-
Because I can't see your sheet. I'm only looking
yeah.
at Chad's at the moment.
Well, I have engineered traps.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
I don't know why, but I can see Ash just kind of looking around, going, "These people are nuts."
Yeah. So
Well,
probably
considering
I don't have. Stat for
Considering that
this.
Ash was there when they captured the thing, he's just as nuts as anybody else.
That's...
Yep.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Yeah. All right. So either dexterity, strength, or no, not intelligence. I don't think, because I already kind of know how this thing's assembled. Because I'm leaning heavily on my lore for like zombie lore. Myths and
Yeah, but that's
legends.
not gonna help you build the cage. You have to actually build the
Yeah.
freaking cage.
That's true. So engineering traps is not gonna work. So probably just strength and or dexterity. I don't have like an actual skill for this.
I would have you roll in intelligence because engineer is intelligent.
That's fair. And do you want me to roll with difficulty? or just standard roll?
Just a standard roll.
Okay.
We'll go with that. We will go with that.
19.
Really?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Give me a second. Let me go over here. And go up here. Ooh, well. Nice.
Yep.
Alright.
I'd say it takes maybe about like an hour and a half trying to put this thing together.
eh,
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, I know. I am looking for a specific thing. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That's all that stuff. I just could have just scrolled up. Ah, okay. You said 19?
Uh-huh.
This is the outcome table.
Yep.
You had 5th level, which is excellent. The task or test produce excellent results. Any artistic endeavor versus the audience greatly, leading to a great deal of recognition and fame. Social skills have a future bonus of +4 or above. So that was an excellent.
So he's actually furnished it so with a little bit of flair. So like literally, he's put cushions and beanie bags and various things
Oh, yeah.
for the zombie to chew on. So it's like a little pad for a dog. A very big feral dog.
Yep. I can see that. Yep.
There's even a stuffed teddy bear that has its head ripped off in there that he found.
That is very true.
And just for added flair, there's a tiny little stuffed penguin amongst some of the plushies.
Oh, did you say a tiny little penguin?
Yes.
Does it have a little carrier bag?
Carry bag and a hat.
Yes.
Oh.
And apparently the zombie has taken very much affection to the fact that this thing's in there.
Okay, fine.
Sorry to GM over the GM, but I had to.
No, that's. Hey, at least someone else knew where you were going with that.
Yes. So.
Shoot.
Yep.
Douglas,
and the zombie is now
Ash.
secured in the cage.
Yeah, the zombie is now secured in the cage. The zombie. Well, it's a zombie. It is going to kind of continue to numb on the sandbag a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think it's content. Well, for a zombie, that is. I'm gonna go start dinner. He walks off to the kitchen to start prepping for the
You
evening meal.
hear I mean, this is a zombie without a nose.
Yeah.
Very, very loud snores.
Yep.
Like, all of this has just taken out the zombie.
Yep.
So, Ash, what are you doing?
Probably working on seeing what I can get from that corrupted video.
Ah, okay. I think I need to have you roll for that, don't I?
Probably programming.
Well, this is exactly programming. This is a
More of a hacking thing.
It's more of a hacking thing. I'm going to say. To be all honest, it's not so much that you're programming the video to produce better results. It's a
I mean, I'm digging through the code and bits in either case, so.
13. That is good. The tasker test was completed with ease. And I'm going to say this is a complex task. So normally it would have taken you, say, like 4 hours to do this. This particular task will take you 25% less. Less time.
Okay.
So 4 hours, take an hour off.
Yeah.
So what you thought was a 4-hour job, you somehow hit the right number of ones and zeros to make some of your job easier. I mean, it's still going to take a while, but yep.
The smell of pesto and pasta wafts through the base.
Yep. So as you're doing this, you start to smell food, and you've been working on this for a little bit, Ash, and your tummy, your stomach growls. It's hungry.
As your stomach growls, and you're looking down at your coat, from the corner of your vision, a plate of steaming hot pasta slides next to your computer. And the voice of Doug says, "I think you should eat."
Yeah. Yeah, it should.
Also, great work on the cage. I think it's tired. It's very sleepy. I didn't even know that they slept. I thought they stay up all the time. That's something we're gonna have to ask the professor about, and while we study this thing. Also, the head that Virginia brought back. I think it'd be good to cross-reference what the head is. Well, what we can find out from the head. Compare the DNA or whatever samples we have from each and see if we can deduce anything based on a living sample versus a non-living sample.
Well,
Probably a good idea.
just
Depending on.
for
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys would probably also remember the fact that she said it was ahead of one of the talking points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Also, Ash, you brought back some of that science equipment, right? Like the microscope and everything, and the slide kit. I think we had that packed in the back.
Yeah. I think you grabbed that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me go. You enjoy your meal. I'm gonna go get something. I'll be right back. He runs to the back room. Comes back with the microscope and a couple slides and some various bottles of preparatory chemicals for sampling cells and some tweezers.
All right.
And he starts working on cutting a little bit of skin tissue off of the head and a bit of hair.
All right.
I'm prepping
I'm going
two
to say
slides.
this. I'm going to say this. Virginia, you also haven't eaten anything over the last 2 days, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Except maybe rations. I don't know.
I don't.
No.
Well,
I'll leave that up to Virginia to decide.
No,
Yep.
she knows how to go days without eating if she has to.
That's fair.
okay, that is fair. Okay. So after you haven't laid down for that long, I mean, you were out like a light after you noticed that your daughter was tending to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the smell of food wafts past your nose. And you realize that you are ravenously hungry.
Well, it's comforting. I still want food and not flesh, so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, still, I'm assuming Izzy is still in the room.
No.
Yes, Izzy is still in the room.
Yeah.
She hasn't left your side, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Still gotta sit up.
Mom, are you going to be okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be fine. I couldn't get the sound of the voices, like the voice calling the zombie voice. So I went looking, and I found her.
Okay.
Took a while, and a lot of nests.
Well, I mean, there should be less of them out there when they come tonight, but probably not that much less, if you can always find more people.
Hmm. Fun, well, less than fun fact is we are a finite resource. So
True. True. I mean,
I'm sorry for worrying you, kiddo.
you just didn't come back last night.
I slept in a tree in the park.
You slept in a tree? And instantly, more worry comes on her face. Just instance, like,
Yeah, I managed to get some sleep.
you weren't worried that some of the bigger zombies could have knocked over your tree and while you were asleep?
I mean, of course I was, but that doesn't that doesn't stop the need to sleep, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I know, that's true.
Uh, So I tied myself to a tree and I went to sleep best I could.
I just wish you wouldn't do these sort of things and worrying the ever daylights out of me. You're the only mom I've got. I
Yes, but I'm not the only family you have anymore.
That's true.
Even if most of them are moronically smart.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes these can be the dumbest smart people.
yeah, I know, I know. Well, I did notice that they brought back a new person. Didn't catch her name though, because I was back here, worried about you. I hope I did good in making sure that you're all patched up.
Yeah. Hell, you even caught one that I didn't even know I had.
Well, I mean, you
Hmm.
were asleep. You were kind of easy to to roll around.
Thanks.
I think we need to get some food into you, and then you can go back to sleep.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Plus, might as well meet the new person. See if I like her.
Well, yeah. Um. Okay. So she stands up. I'm assuming you're going to follow her.
Yeah, she's gonna give the kid a smile and just a hug before she goes. But yeah,
Yeah. And you hear the mom underneath the hug. And not so much don't do that, you're embarrassing me kind of a voice, but you've heard this particular tone, especially after the event happened. It's it's
it's one, you're gross. Two, you're being too clingy. You need to stop.
something like that.
I get it.
Yeah. So you two come into the room, into the dining room, which I'm assuming, uh, Douglas, you have.
There are 2 plates on the end of the table.
Okay.
On the other end of the table, there's a silver, like, large silver, like, suitcase that's been opened with a bunch of, like,
Mhm.
will look like various chemicals and,
Okay.
like, it looks like a lab kit from the school was taken in.
Mm-hmm.
And Doug is leaning over, looking through the microscope
Mm-hmm.
and just going, nope, nope, as he's moving around a slide underneath the microscope.
Might
Uh,
be better to have separate research and eating tables. Don't want
yes.
to cross contaminate things.
Yeah,
Uh,
do you mind moving that to the workbench over there?
he picks up the microscope, closes the case, latches it together, and says, I was waiting for you guys to wake up, and your plates are over there. I'm going to be over here. Enjoy your meal.
She looks at Izzy and just shakes her head. Dumbest smart people.
I know. But hey, well, I mean, I noticed the woman, but there's a guy with her. Um, and yes, you do see a woman, about 6'1", 6'2", flaming red hair. And she's wearing overalls. No, wait, I said she had blonde hair, didn't I?
No, you said red.
No, from the last time I described her, I cannot remember what the person
Oh,
looked like.
nah.
Well, that'll teach me not to watch last week's episode, or last time's episode. Yeah. Anyway, she kind of looks like Rosie the Riveter
Yeah.
from the World War II
Posters.
posters. Yep. Overalls, bandana, the whole 9 yards. And she's sitting there eating this food that um Doug
Yeah.
Douglas has put out, and sitting next to her. Now I've got to find out if he actually
No,
put
I
what.
saw his picture. It's the cowboy with the hat and the.
Oh
I
yeah,
assume he has a samurai, a katana.
yes, he does.
Well, he's a samurai cowboy. I get it.
Yeah, samurai cowboy, and he's
Uh,
also quietly eating his food. You know, and stealing
well,
a few glances over at the woman. Just kind of. So.
what's that her attractiveness for?
Something like that, yes.
Uh,
So what do you do?
yeah, she'll grab her food and move down by these new people and say, "So, who are you?" And she sits down.
The woman speaks for. Hi, I am Nikki O'Toole. I am a mechanic. This one, pointing to the guy who's kind of has his nose in the, not his nose, not completely, he's focusing all on his food right now, kind of not listening. This young man went and found me over by the football field with the cheerleaders. I am not a cheerleader. I just went over there to offer my services. And he made such a persuasive argument for me to come over here that I took him up on his offer.
She looks back at Doug and Ash and say, "Who's this guy to be talking?"
Raiden is his name. And I guess
Yeah.
he's a pretty good fighter, which we could always use.
Just
So
yeah, he's
Now you offend me.
Raiden kind of perks up his head and goes, "Well, when I came, you weren't here. I mean, you were gone at that point. I'm good with the sword." And he smiles. Not so good with the guns.
That's unfortunate. But, I mean, in all fairness, Doug isn't good with a gun. He's not
I
really
can
good with
hear
a crowbar
you.
either. I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me, young man.
Young man. Ooh.
He looks up from the telescope, from the microscope, and says, "Well, this young man may have something you guys might want to look at. Where's the professor? He might want to look at this too."
The professor has also been eating his food, just kind of, and he's also kind of talking to himself. It's just amazing that we found one that's alive, and then Miss
managed to keep
Virginia
it alive.
managed to keep it alive, and Miss Virginia found one one of the talking ones and brought it its head, and it was just just kind of the um
The rambling.
stream of consciousness that some professors do, like when
Yeah.
they're trying to work out a problem. Yeah.
Professor, I had a question.
Yes, young man.
Remember that class that I took with you when you were chemical engineering class? It was something to do with plants and human tissue. What would be the possibility, and I'm just spitballing and theorizing here, if you were to fuse the plant wall membrane with a human cell's mitochondria? Would it be possible?
Well, that's
Are
not
you
really
saying
my expertise. I mean, I'm more in the psychology of it all. But
Do you think it would
that's
be
a very
possible?
anything could be possible. I mean, if we
Take
had
a look at
somebody here,
this. He
if we had
slides the
somebody,
telescope over to the professor and says, "Tell me what you see in there." As he
he,
exchanges the two slides, take a look at your DMs, please.
I see a
Yeah.
very interesting, very interesting. As I said, this isn't my expertise. I mean, if we had somebody who was versed with or with biology or in that particular area, they would probably be able to posit more on your wonderful theory. But that is very interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that the living cells have 3 additional nuclei, which would explain the genetic mutations that if you I know you guys can't see this through this tiny telescope because it's only one person at a time. But what I've been studying is comparing the cells from our dear friend Bob to the skin tissue on what Virginia brought back.
Her name is
And Jenna. And the cells on Jenna are mutating at an accelerated rate. And when I put the two close to each other, he slides the two samples closer together under the microscope. The living cells seem to alter the dead tissue of Jenna and resurrect it.
That is very unusual.
Hmm.
Now, as for like this small little sample, I don't know what the larger scale macro outcome would be of that, but I'm not a scientist. I'm a chemical engineer. I just dropped, these two samples together, added some little bit of chemical magic, and that's what I discovered. But we really need to find a biologist or someone
yes,
who.
as I said before, if we had somebody who was in the field of biology, human or otherwise, we could do a little bit more precise scientific inquiry. But since my thing is in psychology and you are a points to you, Doug.
Not a scientist,
Doug?
chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer and you, Mr. Ash.
I'm an electronics guy, programming and stuff.
Right,
so.
and we have two mechanics and a soldier. Pointing to you, Virginia.
I'm also a computer engineer.
We just don't have the discipline to do the proper thing that we need to do.
I do have an idea, Professor. Remember that one other professor who was on campus that day, and you said that they were your protege or something like that. I don't remember her name, but very nice lady. I wonder if she's still around.
I feel like you're overcomplicating this. No offense, but
I mean, we need to find someone, Virginia. We can't do this on our own. The more heads, the better.
actually, in some ways, we can.
Actually, something I want to bring up.
Doug turns
Virginia.
and looks at Ash.
Yeah.
You're military, right?
I was.
Do you think you still have access or know someone who might have access to, like, military servers? I guess.
I mean, you get a satellite uplink, and I could probably get you into them.
Because Doug and I and Raiden, we went to the college server room and made some discoveries. And I will play all the videos for everyone to see.
All right.
If the GM has those notes, I don't.
Again, I wish I remembered what we ended up doing.
The short of it is
the
zombies were
yeah.
a government project that got out of hand because, of course, it is.
Oh yeah, that bit, yes.
Yeah.
Basically, what he shows you, Virginia, is a set of videos. That looks like this is before the event happened, before everything went to the hell in a handbasket.
Mm-hmm.
That they found that they found a meteor and they were doing tests on it, and that they were doing unsanctioned things with it.
Of course they were.
Of course they were.
And if I
Because
remember, Jim, the scientist that was part of the project was exiled out of the project.
yes, well, one of them was exiled out of the project because they didn't believe that this was right. They actually grew a pair and spoke out about it.
No, that's fair.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, it's not the first like off the books experiment military
No.
and government has done. So she doesn't look as surprised as probably the rest of them did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Doug chimes in and says, "Well, Virginia, you said you were, well, are former military. Were there any locations, bases, encampments, outposts, whatever you want to call them, around Chicago? In the general area? I mean, I'm new here. I've only been living here for like 3 years since
No,
the thing
but
happened.
uh,
5.
I
Sorry.
don't think there are anymore. But that that isn't anywhere near here. He says, pointing at the screen.
That if I could, well, I mean, Ash and I would have to do some very heavy digging on. You know little AI, Ash, right?
Hmm?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Tinkered with some of that, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I know how to. I know a few things that I've learned from my friends in some of the classes, but you'd probably be more skilled at actually implementing this. But could you build an AI program that could be able to, based on an image presented to it or a series of images, extrapolate a location on a map based on the surroundings and the background of the image?
Hmm.
It's, I can just tell you. Virginia says, looking at the rest of them.
Looks up. How? It's just a generic classroom
It's Fort,
laboratory.
it's Fort McKenzie in Topeka, Kansas.
How do you know that? There's no like signs. He's like scrolling through like slowly through the video, and sure enough, there's a sign on the
I
back of the wall that
well,
says.
no,
Hang on.
Okay.
she looks and says, actually, you see that pipe in the background? You see how the paint is nicked?
He zooms
I
in.
did that transferring some computers. I did that. Transporting some computer hardware.
So
So
this is where?
Uh, Fort McKenzie in Topeka, Kansas. I don't know if that's a real place. It is in this timeline.
makes. I mean, it would make sense.
The only reason she can do that is her photographic memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna maybe have you roll, but yeah, okay.
Lawyer dump works. Doug says, "Well, then that means that you were either had knowledge or you knew something about this project."
Or, and here's the more likely truth, I was the IT girl for the base, most bases. So I've been to pretty much every military base in the country.
Well, if we know where this military base is and we can get in, we can get direct access to the data that we need to uncover this mystery. It just looks at Chad. We'll need a mode of transportation.
I don't. Actually, that's a question. How far would that be from where we are?
Okay, you guys are in. Technically, you guys are at Wheaton College,
Yes.
and you're wanting to
Illinois.
go to Topeka.
Topeka, Kansas.
Yep.
Okay, so Wheaton.
And I'll be driving.
I imagine steam power is not going to get us there.
Uh,
We're gonna need a
I mean, it
lot
would
of
if we
wood.
had enough wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Okay.
plenty of forests on the way.
that is very true.
Mhm.
So from okay, I want you. I know what the answer is because I'm looking at it.
Mhm.
But for you, Ash, roll me an intelligence check.
Can I take a rough guess at a day and a half?
13. Well, if you were driving when the roads were still cool,
Clear.
Normal.
clear, normal, 8 hours and 8 minutes.
Couple days.
So
Yeah.
now about a day and a half, 2 days.
Actually, I am going to. You guys had decided to walk this
Oh God.
190 hours.
4
So a
days.
week.
So somewhere between 2 and 4 days. We'll set it between those.
Yep. Doug says we're gonna need more than just the bus. Sorry, Chad.
Yeah.
I don't think a road trip is best suited for the bus yet.
Well, if we go run around, gather up all that grease, and then we get the off of steam power, then we might have enough fuel to make it, but I don't know.
Sorry, I'm giggling.
Yeah.
I
Also,
wonder,
So
I wonder
let's
how
just-
bad the back roads are. Like if we
Well,
stayed off the highway.
Well, okay. All the ways that I just told you actually is on two major highways. One is I-80 west to I-35 south.
Yeah.
Um,
And interstates would still probably be slightly better than back. Well, no, back
No, it
roads
wouldn't.
would be better.
no, because you have the problem with interstate, as all of you know, is that was the main way for people to try to get out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's vehicles all over the highway.
There's
The back
there's
roads should, in theory, be largely clear.
yeah, there are vehicles all over the road. There are probably
Horde of
suddenly
zombies too.
Yep.
hordes of zombies because that they use that more times than not as a mode of transport. They're using it the same reason why we originally built the lovely interstate, which was to move army vehicles very quickly all over the United States.
So
That was the reason why we have the interstate system. It's because of that.
Yep.
Um,
Doug says it. Well, stay away. And I'm I mean, my stomach's pretty good, but like he basically has abandoned looking at the microscope. I
Uh-huh.
feel like I have enough remaining energy to do first watch.
Well, at this point, as he speaks up and goes, well, I'm going to make this, no matter what she says, she is going to bed.
I'll do a double watch.
I am fine.
No, after what you just told me, you're eating the rest of your food and you're going to bed. Like,
Yeah.
Doug grabs his his drone kit and his 9mm police issued gun, holsters it on his belt. Says,
right.
"I'll be up on the roof if you need me."
To it, Chad goes, "Oh, I'll take third watch," and then Chad looks over at Raiden. What are you going to do? And Raiden kind of looks left, looks right. I'll take second. I need to be up there to practice with my sword anyway, and that'll give me a good reason to do that. See, Mom, they've got you covered. Now, come on. And she.
Okay. You know you get this pushiness from the father.
There's a voice
I
from
only
the
get.
ladder. Doug
I only
says,
get.
"God,
I only get this pushy when you worry the ever daylights out of me. Now, come on.
she does have a point,
Father did.
Miss Romero. I listened to your daughter for once." As he continues climbing up the roof.
Gives him a look like, if I wasn't so tired, I would whoop your ass right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then she just turns and walks to bed.
Yep. And about that time, you all hear the
Sorry.
yeah, that's not how you spell that. There it is.
You spell thud?
No. I was trying to spell something else.
Mud, right?
No, I was trying to spell Topeka.
Topeka.
Yeah. I have never actually written that. And I was IA?
Oh.
No.
Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas. I might have gotten that wrong and, might look like an idiot on the internet.
I will say this.
Either
The fort that you were talking
Nebraska or
about?
Kansas. What?
The fort that you were talking about, Fort McKenzie?
Uh-huh.
There is one. It's in Wyoming.
I didn't know that.
Well, there's one in there's one in Wyoming and then there's one in Montana. So you can take your pick.
Huh. I didn't know that was an actual thing. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I said Topeka, so in this universe, it's in Topeka.
It's in this
One of
universe.
them.
It's in. Yeah, one of them is in Topeka. Another one is in Montana
Or Wyoming.
or Wyoming. I love it. I still love it.
I was just like, Fort, pick a name.
Hey, you picked a name and you were able to do it.
Yep.
Yep. Wow.
So
I
Doug is
like
up on
that.
the roof.
Yep. Doug is up on the roof. We've got time.
Yeah. Yep.
So what are you doing precisely, dear Hurt?
Who, me?
No, um,
Doug.
Douglas. Yeah.
He is
What
taking
is?
first watch. So during his watch, he has set up his drone and he's just doing surveillance and everything like that. He's also brought up his laptop while he's doing while he's kind of has it over near on top of a crate, and while he's doing his routine surveillance of the area,
Mm-hmm.
making sure no zombies try and climb the fence or anything.
Okay.
He's learned a little bit from Ash, not much to like be proficient in anything, but he's writing a
Right.
very basic routine program
Mm-hmm.
that will basically act as a surveillance system that he's going to install around the base. So when we
Okay.
do go on this quote unquote long road trip, he can keep an eye on the base remotely from his laptop using satellites.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what are you gonna do with the zombie Bob?
Oh, it stays in its cage. It's not never let out, and he's gonna feed it like small little pellets of like slices of meat because he doesn't know what they eat. He's gonna experiment with it and see what it likes. Obviously,
Okay.
it's gonna like meat because brains are a type of meat. Sorry.
Well,
He well, he has a little bit
yes.
of canned liver,
Canned liver? Ew.
and he is going after his shift is up. He's gonna go down, chop up a little bit of the canned liver, and try and feed Bob.
Okay.
And because I feel like this would be a plot element, he's going to teach Bob, like re-educate Bob to be more human. See if that has any impact.
Okay.
Yep.
Tom, what are you doing? Sorry.
So, yep, he's working on his program, taking a couple pot shots at some of the climbers who are trying to jump the fence. And then when it shifts up, he's gonna go down and do that.
All right. And your camera is starting to glitch out again.
Yes, I know it's overheating. Yes, overheating
Ah.
again. That might
All
have
right.
sort of nope, didn't fix it. All right.
Um. Okay. So that's what you're thinking about where you're on
Yeah.
watch. Yes.
Yeah.
So your watch comes to the end. To an end. You kind of wander down. Rayton goes up. He's got his katana.
Oh, Raiden. I left something
Yeah.
up there for you. It's consider it a gift that I kind of makeshifted a well, when you get up there, you'll find out. I Bob helped me with it a little bit since he's been here. And when Raiden goes up, there is a he took the sandbag that Bob chewed open, filled it
Mm-hmm.
full of you know harder, sturdier material, and basically made
Mm-hmm.
it into a uh, one of those kind of like uh, combat dummies.
Right.
But it will withstand the most of the test of time, and also can take pretty decent hits with the sword.
Mm. Okay.
So he basically made Raiden a sparring partner, quote unquote.
Okay.
It doesn't react or do anything, but
That's
eventually
fair.
he's gonna hook it up to like a rotary system and stuff like that, and some electronics with the help of Ash, and maybe make it be able to fight back rudimentary.
Okay.
But yeah, something to amuse Raiden while he's up there.
Okay. Okay, so he's up there and he's not doing his thing. He's keeping an eye on what's going on. You, Doug, have decided to go to
Chop up,
sleep. At,
chop up some
I
liver
want
first, and then do the thing.
right. While you're doing that, Ash, have you been hard at work trying to
Yeah.
decode the stuff that you found on the drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping that up.
All right. Let's see. What did you roll on that? You rolled pretty good. That is not what I wanted to look at. Thank you very gosh darn much. 13. Go down. Let's see. 13. You. You got good. So this task was completed with relative ease. Hmm. Um. Uh. So yeah. I'm going to say. Um. I'm going to say. Let's see here. Um. I'm going to say. What you find is also on this particular drive. Is not more visual files on here, but there's a whole bunch of like fragments of written reports from various people, scientists to scientists like it
The IT girl.
huh.
Scientist to the IT girl.
There is a fragment. It's a science. Yes, it's a fragment of a memo from the scientist to the IT girl. Although you can't determine you can't determine who the scientist was. Um let's see here. There's bunches of fragments uh of memos to like you see these ones have the scientist's name, and then the memo is to um the military portion of the government.
Okay.
And then you have like one or two sentences after that, and then it cuts off, because I mean all these things are fragmented. You have a feeling that you would get the full story if you go to
If we went to the base, yeah.
Yeah, if you went to the base, if it's not already compromised.
Yeah.
But yeah, although I will say this, one of the fragments to the IT girl is a little bit. You can't decide whether it's creepy or it's endearing, because this particular scientist, the part that you can read is she has a nice figure, and that's all that's read of that particular one. You can't decide whether that's creepy or endearing. It's kind of left up to me. It's just okay. But yeah, you're finishing this up. You can collate and give your findings like in the morning as you're heading off to bed.
Yeah.
Um Going into the third uh watch, Rayton and Chad switch places, and Chad's now up there doing his thing, whatever he's doing. And uh, the sun comes up, and the horde wanders away. What are people doing? People are getting up. Virginia, you had the best sleep. It was uninterrupted. You dreamed, but there was not the horrible nightmares that you've been having. I'll say. What do you do? We're gonna start with you.
Depends on if she's the first one up. If she's the first one up, she'll make coffee and then do some stretches and whatnot.
You are the first one up. I mean, you've got really good night's sleep. So yes, I will say you're the first one up.
Okay, then yeah, she'll make the coffee. Like, she'll do all the things that a mom should do when she wakes up. She'll
Okay.
make breakfast. She'll have coffee out. Like,
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Okay.
Just a word of warning. Doug did not mention that he did not clean the dishes last night, so they're still sitting in the sink that morning. Because he.
Yep.
she will make a note.
Huge success? No, wait. Wrong IP.
Yeah, she is going to. Actually, this is what she's going to do. While she's cooking, or before she starts cooking, she's going to walk over and, not nicely, like military style, but not. She's not going to hurt him or anything like that. She's going to flip his mattress over with him on it.
Oh
that.
boy. Oh dear. Okay.
Doug wakes up.
Izzy has also wandered out at this point because it took her a little bit longer to wake up and sees this. This is going to be interesting.
Doug's like,
Yep.
What the hell? Are we being raided? Did
No,
Bob get up?
You're going to go do the dishes while I cook.
Oh,
Next
right.
time, don't forget.
It was late. It was 12 midnight. What do you... He groggily gets up, dusts himself off with all the dirt that's on the floor,
Wrestle.
and just says,
Sorry.
Okay, what did you... Never mind. He just storms off to the kitchen. And there's like clattering of plates, and like almost like the angry sound of a dad cleaning up after dinner.
Yeah, she'll turn to Izzy with a bright smile and say,
And then there's
go sit down. Breakfast will be out shortly.
there's a shout from the kitchen. Who left the knife in the sink?
You did.
Yeah, because you were the only one. Yeah, you were the only one cooking last night.
I mean,
Yeah, he
you're
cut
the
his
one
finger.
that
He cut his
handles all
finger.
of this, so
He cut his finger. As he as you see Doug just run through the past the doorway into the medical room, grab
You
a
might help with him
band-aid,
out.
grab a band-aid and some gauze, and then run back to the kitchen with a glove on his hand.
Never mind.
About this time, Raiden and uh,
Rosie.
Nikki get up. Yeah, Nikki get up. Um, Nikki looks sufficiently rumpled.
Okay.
And Raiden is the more in that with that look. Chad has come down, um, and he looks at the group. Man, it was tough last night. I heard the zombies, and I just thought I had to do like some push-ups or some sit-ups or something.
Mr. Dumbtruck, please put a shirt on.
What? Yes, he does.
Virginia just doesn't and tries her best not to look at him.
As it,
Yeah.
That's the table.
What
as Doug
the-
just takes a wet rag from the sink, uh, wrings it out and just thwacks Doug on the back with the wet rag and says, "Go find a shirt. Breakfast will be ready soon."
Is Nikki or whatever her name is she
Nikki.
up?
Yes, she is up.
Does she see Chad without his shirt?
She does.
Wonder what her
Same,
reaction is.
same
She-
nosebleed
she-
as the rest of us.
She looks at this fine specimen of a young man and goes, I've seen better than I've seen worse.
Hmm.
And then she looks over at Raiden, who she has eyes for.
Okay, that's fair.
I had to have one at least.
Yep. Doug's finished piling the dishes next to the sink. I wish we had a working dishwasher. That's one thing I need to put together. As he leans, with his hands on the back of the sink, and just sighs.
Oh, excellent. Just in time. She'll grab all the plates that he just cleaned and start putting because the way the breakfast works is it's probably
One set of
dehydrated
plates.
eggs
Uh-huh.
and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
yeah, it's the freeze dried bacon, powdered
Oh, yeah.
eggs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But it is bacon and eggs
It is
and
bacon
potatoes and
Oh,
the
yeah.
potatoes are real.
and eggs. The potatoes are real?
We grew them in the
Potatoes
back.
are real.
Oh,
We
yeah.
grew them in the back, so yeah, those are real.
Yes. Yes, those are real.
And yeah, she takes every single one of those clean dishes and dirties them all, setting the table.
Whereupon, Doug, you just spent
A good
30
solid.
minutes good 30 minutes washing all those and scalding your hands while doing it, darn it.
And
And
my
he cut
finger,
his hand.
and my finger is bleeding still. But you won't see any red drips on any of the plates. Don't worry. He put a glove on when he realized he cut his finger.
But, I mean, you just saw all your clean plates get snatched up and it's now being used for breakfast.
And he says, "Next time we go to Home Goods, I'm raiding Home Goods of all their flatware." He sighs as he sits down at his folding chair at the table.
You might have luck. You would be surprised at how many people forget things like that.
Actually, on
6,
that
7, 8, 9. Yeah, there are 9 people sitting around this table.
Yep.
Yep.
I actually sat there and
Yep. He says, also note to
counted the
self,
people.
I'm gonna well, next time we go to home, not Home Depot, next time we go to like Robert's furniture store, remind me to snag another dining table with an extra couple of leaves. It's kind of getting tight around this table. He digs
Yeah.
in.
That's fair. In all
Also,
fairness, we
Virginia,
should
what did you put in
probably.
these eggs? Is this chili powder in this? They're mighty fine. He takes another bite.
She says, "What's up?"
Huh?
Oh, true.
Yes, dear.
Does the college have a woodworking shop?
It's got everything else. You would imagine that they would have a woodworking shop.
There's a reason we all live here.
Yeah, there's a reason
It's
why we
got
all live here.
everything.
It's got everything. It's a college.
Because my thought was maybe because it's probably still like the table saws and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe go snatch those and do some carpentry, maybe.
Hmm.
That's an idea. It's better than going to Roberts and
Yeah.
actually getting a table which would probably be smashed in several pieces because, apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But she'll look at Doug and say, "Yeah, I had to add something. I mean, it would have tasted like dust otherwise."
Oh my
I'm
lord.
trust me, I've had my fair share of sawdust. He says as he takes a massive bite out of the dehydrated eggs.
Only Star Wars fans would do that. Oh boy.
He says,
Anyway. Sorry.
taking
Probably
a
also worth getting seeing if there's like a freeze dryer or something we could snatch from like one of the stores.
Hmm.
Just to
I mean, we
keep
have
our
that.
food reserves up.
We have
during
the
these
ice
blessings.
chest, but it's the only thing that's literally chewing up the most power in this base is the ice chest.
Yeah.
I did the calculations
Well,
a couple weeks ago.
I mean, the generator is one thing, and I'm sure that we can find another one. My thing is, and it's a thought, they when there used to be truckers out there, they used to have like ovens and things like that you could take with. Might as well get a half a dozen of those. If we keep adding people, we're going to need the burners and ovens.
Oh, true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Or else somebody's going to spend 24 hours a day cooking.
Oh God.
Well, yeah.
Don't don't even. He looks at his dirty dish that's been pretty much licked clean. He says, and also that someone's gonna have to have 24/7 dish duty. Goddamn. He whispers to
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Wonder. I wonder how many other people there actually still are.
I don't know how many survivors are out there.
I counted at least 22 cheerleaders on campus
I mean, that's
that I could see.
well. There's a lot more cheerleaders. I mean, there's more cheerleaders over there. This is Nikki saying. Uh, the 22 that you saw, plus the ones that are out on the football field, and that's just the cheerleaders. I mean, I've heard many different groups, all coming together and helping each other out. Although not all of them were knights.
Oh, the lumberjacks. Yeah, the
Most
Uh,
are
woodworking shop.
not.
yes.
Uh, I mean, in all fairness, in most high stress situations, you either bend to tyranny or bend to mercy. So, I can understand that not all the groups out there are pretty nice.
Can you pass the sausages?
I mean, in all fairness, if we could actually. Well, no, we won't be staying here much longer if we're going to Topeka. It's not exactly like we're going to be able to return very easily.
You do have a point. Doug says.
You do, and wouldn't mind leaving this place at least for a little bit. Seeing other places. I mean,
But
I've
the
been in.
moment we. Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, I've been in Chicago for most of my life. I've heard about even before the lovely disaster. I was prepared to travel the United States and go other places, but you know the the disaster happened and I got stuck here.
Yeah. Also, that gave me an idea, Doug says. It's a very risky idea, but if we could find some fuel, and not just regular car fuel, I'm talking jet fuel.
Mm.
I have done my fair share of flight simulators, and I do know where the airport is downtown.
I'm not letting my daughter get on an airplane without a tested pilot.
Do you know how to fly? He looks over at you. We know you can shoot well.
Yes.
She says, I'm sure to have had more formal training than you.
Fair
She
point.
says. By the way, she does have her dog tags out, and
Yeah.
if you all remember from one, she's an Air Force lieutenant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, in that case, if you know how to fly a, well, I don't know what they have lying around there that's still functional, but if we could find either a Cessna Z700 or preferably if you want to go further distance without having to refuel constantly, a Beach King Air, preferably a model 629 or a 640.
Either one of those planes will hold more than four to six people.
Yeah, and
There's 9 of us.
yes, hence why the Cessna wouldn't. It can hold 9, but not comfortably. And this is me as a player saying this because I've ridden on a Cessna from Nantucket to Martha's Vineyard, and that had 9-passenger complement.
No,
It's a
that's fair.
tiny little plane, and it can't
Yeah,
go very far. So yeah,
What do you reckon the range is on a Black Hawk helicopter?
Doug looks up.
80 miles.
I don't think they'd have a
She
Black Hawk
has more.
helicopter.
She has more certainty than I do. It might be a lot further than that.
It is a lot further than that.
Doug
It
looks
might
at
be hundreds of miles, but
yeah. Doug looks at Ash and says, "I doubt they'd have a. Well, they might.
I mean,
Given
if
the
with
we're
all
going
the
range.
to a military base, we may as well, like, see if we could,
commandeer.
yeah.
Well, we have to get to the
Assuming
military base first, and obviously driving would be one option, but I prefer avoiding as many zombies as we can. So if we can get our hands on a actual working plane,
you're not getting me anywhere near O'Hare.
To answer your question about a helicopter, according to this, it's 130/90.
that
I have
sounds about
absolutely
right.
no idea. Yeah.
And Doug says, well, if all hope fails, if we wanted to build our own plane, we could do that too. It'd take longer, but you know.
We have a perfectly good vehicle. Douglas, you are overcomplicating things.
I'm just
Again.
trying to avoid getting killed. He sets his fork and knife down on
Which
his
is
plate that
one of
clatter.
the reasons to take the back roads.
And it is also literally an impossibility.
Yeah.
We live in a world where breathing can kill you.
I mean, and this is Izzy talking. I mean, what would be the point of us taking a plane where we have nowhere to take off of, and when we get there, we have nowhere to land?
I've
Does the base
I've
even have
landed
a
in
runway?
Hang on.
I've
One
landed
person at
in
a time.
I've landed on a open field before in many a flight simulator. I mean, it's easy. You just put the gear down,
That's
you adjust the flaps to 5, and he just starts
okay.
rambling on about landing
That's a
procedures.
simulator.
I,
We're
I was
talking
about to
about the
say
real
that.
thing.
Yes, I was about to say that. That's a simulator, not real. I mean, I've never. And then she looks over at her mom. Mom, have I ever been on a plane before this happened?
Once, when we were taking you to see your abuela.
Okay. So I've been on a plane at least once. And well, I don't know how old I was when that happened, but I think there's a lot more to it than just moving the stick around.
Yes, there is a lot more to it, Doug says. There's the flap adjustments, there's the ICAM,
Ash
there's
is gonna
the
roll his eyes.
TCAS system,
Um,
there's the radio
and at that
callouts.
yeah,
Eh,
and at that
And
point, yeah, at that point you kind of stop.
Virginia just looks at him and says, and how many of those thousands of switches do you manually flick yourself? Do you know where they are?
yes, I fly in the
You
cockpit mode in my flight simulator. I,
okay?
I even know how to land autopilot, given if the aircraft has functioning autopilot.
Let me guess. It's in your head. It's something like the J key, the L key, and the B key, and suddenly the fictional hands on the screen decide to flick random switches that some game developer thought were the correct ones.
I love it.
Doug just
I so
sighs.
love it.
It's a video game, yes, but video game theory can also be applied to real life. You just have to look, figure out what the switches say, and flip them. It's not that hard, Miss Romero.
You know, I know pilots with thousands of hours worth of training who would probably take great offense to that. What I'm saying is, much like Call of Duty does not help your aim, Microsoft Flight Simulator 4000 does not help you. Does not help you actually learn how to fly a plane.
And she does have a point. Mythbusters tested this and found that, yeah, games do not actually help your skill.
Doug just looks
Thank you.
at Doug just looks at
Thank you.
Ash and says, "At least someone is up to snuff with their mythology and their theory." But
Yeah, I'm sorry. I prefer practical experience and common sense.
Doug just
She
gets up from
smiles
the Doug
pleasantly.
Doug just gets up from the table, taking his fork and knife, and say, "I'm gonna go feed this remaining food to Bob. I'll be back." And he
And he
storms
just,
out of the room.
he storms out. I thought he might storm out of the room.
Because
Uh,
the fact that you
no,
just insulted his video gaming career is
yeah,
probably the highest insult to a gamer.
very true. And Izzy, who's been listening to all this, went, well, I don't think he took that very well, and I'm not surprised.
He was living in a land of delusion, and only a swift kick was going to bring him out of it.
Well,
To think that playing a video game can teach you how to fly an aircraft is lunacy.
that is very true. I mean, anyhow.
Even military flight simulators, they still have to go up practically.
Well, I mean, let's see if we can get a little bit more of a plan together. I mean, if we're all going to Topeka, Kansas, well, we need to, buff up our stores, make sure we have plenty of food, because I think someone said it was somewhere between 2 to 4 days to get there. We
By
need
ground, anyway.
by
Give or
ground.
take,
And we
I
need to make sure that the bus is up to snuff. I mean,
we're gonna have to find a way to take everything if we leave. Because the moment somebody finds this place empty,
very true. I don't want to leave here. I mean, it's been nice, but maybe a change of scenery will improve people's moods.
maybe. I mean, odds are we'll get a lot more time outside, legitimately outside, because there are less people in Kansas.
That's true.
I mean, in like per square foot.
It's lower population density.
Let's see. It's okay.
You've been to that base. Do you know if it even has a runway?
It
Well,
had one for AC-130s, but bases need supplies.
Yeah.
It wasn't used for anything but that, so I doubt it would be on any civilian computers except as a no-fly.
Yeah. And of course, the no-flies don't matter anymore because, of course, world's gone to shit. So
Pretty much, yeah.
assuming they didn't repurpose the runway for quarantine or something else, it could be possible to fly in. Though,
Assuming you can find a working aircraft.
yeah.
well, that is the
And
thing.
somewhere to take off from.
Well, I mean, O'Hare's always a good place to take off from.
Midway's closer. Midway's closer.
That's true. Midway is closer.
Thing is if we can find one of the bigger planes, perhaps we can even take the bus with us if we fly.
Yeah.
But we'd actually have to find a cargo.
Yes, we'd have to find. Yeah, what Mom said. A cargo plane it's the only thing that's going to be able to take the bus.
Well, Chinooks. Of course, that assumes we can find one and all the gear to do that.
The thing is those are military helicopters. They
Most
they
of
may
them are,
be
yeah.
they may be at the actually.
Because I remember hearing that they have been used for humanitarian stuff and disaster relief, but I imagine that's still largely military that would be using them.
Yeah. Well, okay. We really do need to plan this out if we're going to be doing this great undertaking. You
And
know,
if we're gonna drive, uh, Chad, you're gonna have to build us a trailer to carry all of our stuff.
I think I can handle that.
We have a lot to do if we're going to do this.
I mean, why wouldn't we do this? We need to have more information, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't mind working on building a tractor trailer, and if the lovely Nikki would help me, since she is a mechanic, and Nikki kind of I would love to be able to do that. You know, put my skills to really good use. And you all, I mean, I don't have a problem staying here because, and she holds up. Vi, you notice that she has an unusually large wrench that she's picked up when she's talking about mechanic stuff. You're pretty sure that thing can whack a good zombie or three.
Fire hydrant did you take that off of?
Oh, it was mine. Give it to me by my dad.
Um, fair enough. I mean, only time I've seen a wrench that big is used to open up a fire hydrant or to turn a bolt on a Navy ship.
And as you all continue talking, because this is still, I'm going to say this is late morning.
Yep.
Douglas has gone to go feed his pet zombie.
And to close in the from the opposite room, you hear, "My fingers are not a chew toy, Bob."
Um.
And he
Hey.
pouts.
Well, that's what you're doing, Douglas. Chad and Nikki have moved off to start planning how to make a um a trailer,
Mhm.
so you can put your stuff in there. A big enough trailer
Mhm.
to be pulled behind the bus.
Yeah.
The professor, who has kind of been silent this whole time, just kind of looks up at the two of you who've been talking. If we're really going to do this, yes, planning is important. One of us needs to go out and see if we can find a map of the United States so we can actually plan how to get from this point A to the point B. True?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you young people can go and find us a map of the United States, since our phones are not working and we can't use GPS.
Doug walks back in, holding a rag around his hands. Bob is very snippy today. I have no idea why. What are we talking about? Bob, you're in timeout. He shouts back to the room.
One
And
question I have:
is
what's the likelihood that the communications infrastructure still actually works?
you
Well, we know the internet kind of works.
yeah, the
Yeah.
internet kind of works, but you haven't really tested, like any of you have, anybody else to call from where you are to somebody else. So you haven't really had the chance to test that. And keep in mind that you've been here for just about a week.
Yep. I mean, Doug has his iPhone 19.
Because
Mm,
my thinking is, if it's possible
Mm.
to remote into the servers,
Uh-huh.
then we can basically, we don't need to do all this planning and prepping kind of thing.
Well, we don't know the IP address of the server we need to ping, so
Virginia might.
she could. That's something we'll have to ask her next episode.
Yep.
Mhm. And with that, with all of you kind of scheming and planning and maybe getting out of Chicago,
Hmm.
we will end today's episode. Uh, you were asking Katie about how to improve yourself.
Yeah.
I have found in the lovely rulebook. I'm sorry I did not look at this before, but there are experience points rewards. I will give you those. Everybody has 10 experience points.
Mhm.
Because according to this, all of you cast members being here receive 1 point. All of you had good role playing, 1 point per instance. And you all advance the storyline while remaining in character.
Mhm.
It's easy
So-
to be a heartless bitch.
And
2 points for that one.
I do believe I've sent you all the PDF of the book was given to you.
Hmm.
I know it was given to you.
Somewhere.
Yeah, okay. If you need it again, just DM me, Katie, and I'll give that to you.
I just looked.
Thanks for this. It's been fun. As an ex-aerospace engineer, the flight planning was extra. Well, thank you, Lemon.
Thank you, Lemon.
I. Uh, it's hard
Oh.
playing somebody who literally can know it all
Yes.
Mhm.
because
Because
I do not.
yeah, I will say on page 120, as soon as you guys find the PDF, is the character improvement table,
Okay.
Good. 'Cause
and that will get
apparently I,
that will give you the stuff that you can do to improve your character.
because I have to add piloting.
All right.
And that's 10 XP for this session.
Yeah,
we
that's
get?
10 XP for this session.
Alright.
I will be keeping track of that while you guys are playing, so then,
Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
All right.
as far as combat stuff, skill rating,
hmm,
because there's a skill rating box, and I assume that has to do with like weapon skills or something like that.
probably,
that
but we
particular-
can talk about that
Yeah.
after.
All right.
Um,
I'm going to let Virginia go first for closeout.
What? Oh, hi. Hi,
Hi.
I'm Katie Wynn. I played Virginia Romero, and yeah.
I think I was a little bit of a bitch.
I
Bringing up your
no,
sister.
I mean a little bit, but she got a souvenir.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
And it's a
It's
nice
still
one.
it's still sitting on her table.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's coming with us so that you can see one of the talkers under. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Cat ghost, do the caterwauling thing.
I'm evil intent. I play Ash, and
You're a
yeah,
cat.
it was fun. And yeah, dumbest smart people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sums us all up.
Now we go to let's do me, and then you'll be last, okay, Kenny?
Sure, go ahead.
I've been your zombie master. I have been playing all of the NPCs and the zombies, so thank you for that. I do stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This coming up Tuesday, we'll be doing some more uh, Persona 5
Who's
Royal.
live?
Huh?
Mike's live right now.
Oh yeah, Mike's live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come follow me on my channel on Tuesday. I will say this because Kenny will probably reiterate this for the next 2 Saturdays. We will be dark, or at least on this channel, we'll be dark because Kenny will be out of the country.
On a plane that I'm not
Oh,
going to be
yay.
flying.
Yep.
Good for everyone else on board.
What was this?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Evil, for letting me know to do that. I was actually planning to do that anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the lieu of this particular game on this day, I will be streaming on my channel 2 more episodes of Star Wars: The Old Republic, where we'll be following my lovely little smuggler character.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I don't play that game enough.
I know
to
you
get
don't play
into
that. Look, I know that. No,
You don't want me to.
I
'Cause I would play
realize that.
sorcerer.
Thank you, Lemon.
Yes.
Also,
I know.
Lemon and all those who are in chat and in the group right now. Once we close out, stay tuned after our closeout, because we don't actually have working credits, but we do have a surprise. I think something might be coming through the airwaves, and I'm not sure who it is. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on Shaz Remnants. I am PA Kenny USA, aka Douglas White, RTE Studios, your production survivor. And remember, keep calm and shamble on, and always be empowered to play. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? This is Harper West. I'm coming to you from the future. There's a great deal going on in our world, and we need your help. On July 13th, join us for the 3rd and final season of Our Heroes Adventure. And for those of you who are out there in the universe, I implore you, please join us, because if you do, we'll be giving away several of our posters of some of our favorite heroes from the show, as shown on screen now. And we'll be giving these as full-size printable posters for those who are interested, featuring our new heroes in the upcoming season of Heroes Core 3 New Genesis. I don't know how much more time I have, but I think this connection might be cut. Good luck, everyone. Remember, save the day, be our heroes.
And I can't see it clearly, but it's all good.
stay tuned after the show because we'll be raiding into Yeehaw Mike. Thanks for joining us here on Shadows of Remnants. We'll see you next time.